Hey guys, how are you going? And welcome back to the channel and this series on lockdown. How are you coping? Today we have got Oliver on the channel and an interview. Oliver is a trans guy from the University of Norwich, living back home now because of the coronavirus situation. And this is just really his story, how he's coping, what's good, what's bad, and everything else in between. So if you do enjoy this, make sure you do subscribe to my channel, press the bell as we got new stories going up every single day at 7 PM as well. So yes, without further ado, we'll roll the interview. Let's go. First question, well, first thing is just tell me and the audience a little bit about you, who you are. Yeah, just tell them about yourself.
So I'm Oliver, I'm 19, I'm a university student. I generally live in Norwich, which is a couple of hours away from where I'm living at the moment, which is up north with my parents. We get on all right. I much prefer living alone, so this has been interesting for me. But yeah, I'm not doing any work. My uni's been cancelled, so I'm kind of just chilling, writing music, doing other things. I work in media, so I'm doing a bunch of that at the moment.
Cool. Thank you very much. That's a very broad, like you're doing lots there, which is good. Keeping busy.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so the first main question is, how has lockdown affected you in a positive way? So like, what's a positive effect it's had on you?
I think I'm spending a lot more time working creatively. I basically don't usually have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff in terms of the theatre things I want to do and the music I want to write. So I've been trying to write more music. It's been difficult because I'm not really in the mood for it when I'm in lockdown, but I'm trying and I'm occasionally writing things. And I was elected to president of Pantomime Society a couple of days ago. So
oh, that's cool. So you're planning lots for that as well and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of planning. So I just have more time to do things that aren't uni work now that I don't have uni.
That's good, yeah. And then when you go back next year, you'll be ready to go into the second year.
Yeah, where things actually matter.
where the marks count for something.
Exactly.
And on the flip side of that, did I just ask you positives or negatives? I'm so confused. So yeah, the negatives, the opposite side of that. So what are the negative things about COVID for you in terms of lockdown and being where you are and stuff?
Well, I think my mental health has been not great at the moment. I've always kind of it's been up and down, and it was so good at university. I think moving out was really good for me. So now having to move back in feels just like a step back into where it was. So my mental health has kind of gone very much downhill. Obviously, I'm trans and like I get misgendered a lot here, and it's kind of that's a difficult.
Yeah, of course. But,
yeah, it's like not being able to go out and see my friends and living in a place where I'm misgendered a lot and kind of dealing with all of that all at once is a lot.
Yeah, it's a big thing for you to try. You're trying to become this new version of yourself, the version of yourself that you want to be, and you're being held back in a way that you can't quite be. Well, you can, but other people are not accepting that in a certain light, I suppose.
Yeah, when I've been on Skype calls with my friends or whatever, they're always like, "Oh, Oliver, hello," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is my name," because I keep forgetting people don't know me yet. So I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, that's hard, but we will get through it. It will get better. We'll be at the other end, and then you'll be back at uni with all your friends and living your best life soon, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So 1st of August, go back.
Perfect. So what is the thing that you miss from the old world then, in terms of, like, what's the one thing that you miss the most?
Seeing my friends 100%, because I did see them every single day. But, like, the lockdown was announced as I was at a sleepover with all of my friends. So
oh, wow, okay.
Every day I'm out with them, and I often have a couple of close friends that stay the night, like a couple of times a week, and so I'm just always around humans. So being around kind of the same couple of humans has been like weird.
Yeah, I can imagine it. All these different people, and you're going to very few. No, I'm struggling the same because obviously I was a restaurant manager until I got fired, and I had different people all day, and now I have me and one other person, so it's just very much, it's nice to see other humans that you like sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah. Okay, so what's the weirdest or strangest thing that you've done in this lockdown so far?
I bleached my hair, which is weird for me. I've never done that before.
That's
And
pretty
now-
cool though, yeah. Like, do you like it? Is it something you're going to keep in the future, or?
I bleached it so I could dye it blue, and the blue has arrived today. So this is maybe the last time I'll be on camera with the blonde, and now it's going to be blue soon.
And then it's going to go blue. Cool, cool. It's a very bright, vibrant, like, colour.
Yeah, I just thought, like, well, no one is seeing me. If it looks bad, like...
Well, that's the thing, if no one is seeing you, it's like you can try these things, and if they work, amazing. If they don't work, no one has to see it. You can just change it back.
Exactly. So that's probably the weirdest thing I've done. I've done a lot of walking around the village with no shoes on at, like, midnight. And that's
Oh,
fine.
cool. I suppose you're in a place where you can do lots of walks in the country and stuff, because obviously you are in Newark, for the people that don't know where you are, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, in the countryside, so it's very, like, lots of walks and stuff, I'm imagining.
Yeah, it's very countryside. We live, like, basically next to a farm, so there's lots of, like, oh, you can walk to the nearest village and not see another person, and, like, when we're going on really long bike rides and things, you can just go out and really not see people.
That's good that you've got that nature there and stuff.
Yeah.
One more thing. So obviously, we're having this conversation on a day just after Boris did some changes and announcements and re-verifications of what the UK is going to look like and how it's going to work. What are your thoughts and opinions on his scale and how he's gone about it in just terms of, yeah?
I feel like he's almost not taking it seriously enough. Like, I know people were saying they thought we'd be a lot further past the peak, and that's why they've been saying, oh, we think we're going to restrict it, and then they kind of realised they couldn't. But
Yeah.
They don't have to leave it 3 weeks. Like, they've made that restriction themselves. So if they thought, oh, you know, if we had another 2 weeks, we think we could lift it, just keep it the same. Give it 2 weeks. That you don't have to go by the rules you have made up yourself.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he should have kept it like as strict as it was.
Like, yeah, like, similar thing to what Scotland and Wales did almost in terms of keeping it the same. Yeah, I agree. Like, I understand why he's done what he's done in terms of he's brought this scale up that says, you know, in 3 weeks we can hopefully be here, and by the start of August we'll have pubs and stuff open. And he's kind of put a thing out there so people can see kind of, I suppose, see beyond this. But I don't know if those things are realistic. They might be realistic, but it just depends on us as humans, if we can actually maintain and keep the rules and follow the rules, because a lot of them aren't following the rules.
Yeah, I think levelling with people and being honest and just saying, listen, it's a really difficult thing, it's everywhere, we've got it really bad here in the UK, so just stay at home. He's had it. He's got this, like, not incredible experience, but he has had it and he knows exactly what it's like, and so when he's leading the country, he knows what he's talking about. So he can very much use that and use kind of the patriotism and be like, listen, we have to band together and, like, just stay at home for, like, 2 weeks. It could be over. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree there. I think, like, I understand it on one side, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you have had it. That's actually a very good point, actually. The fact he has had it, so he knows firsthand how it feels, and yeah. Okay, what will you miss from lockdown? If there's anything that you will miss from lockdown?
Almost living alone in the van specifically, because I'm completely alone.
So you're living in like a caravan, like is it a van out in near your house, or?
Yeah, it's our camper van, which we had to, we were going to go on holiday, and then obviously that's not happening. But it's just in the driveway, so I still got the internet and everything. But it was just that extra bit of separation for me, so that, like, it's lockable, I have my own space, and obviously I'm used to being at uni and, like, being up at weird hours, so it's being able to talk to my friends, and we often stay up really quite late, so being able to do that and make noise without waking the rest of my family up.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool that you've got that space and you're being able to do that, because I think, for you, with your story and, you know, your circumstances, it could be tricky to live with your family full time, like with them there every day of the week. And, you know, they're lovely people, but Sometimes you do just need that space and that separation.
Yeah, it gets a lot. I was living with them full time, and then I kind of got to the point where I was like, I have to either find some kind of compromise or I have to go back to Norwich. I was like, I can't do this anymore. So this was our compromise.
Yeah. How do you think, because obviously you are a student, so you're a first year student, how do you think it's affecting you as a student, other students around you, your friends and stuff? How is it? Because I think it's quite different for a student's point of view is quite important, I think, in terms of explaining how this is affecting them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've not got any worries sort of financially, and no one I know seems to, because we're still getting our student loans. I've had my rent refunded because I'm not living in my accommodation, because I'm in first year accommodation.
See, that's really good, but I know a lot of unis are not refunding, and there's lots of controversy. Like, people are just basically saying you have to pay, and that's that, and we're not doing nothing for you. So that's nice that your uni's actually gone, we'll help you out here.
Yeah, shout out to UEA. I know I've had a couple of friends who are in like sort of uni recommended private accommodation that have had a whole bunch of issues, but I've been really lucky because I'm on campus that they've refunded it, and they're using the rooms for NHS workers, which is helpful.
Oh, that's really nice. So they're actually helping local people to actually stay away from their families to protect them at the same time as well.
Yeah, because my uni's super close to a hospital, so a lot of workers are living in the accommodation at the moment.
Oh, that's really good. So they're actually repurposing it as well, and actually, giving back to, the country, which is good.
Yeah. But yeah, financially it's fine. Exam-wise, I've had everything cancelled. I've been super lucky that it just happens to be the history and the politics schools have cancelled my exams and all my essays.
Are they cancelled in terms of they'll give you a grade still, or do you have to redo stuff next year for your course, or how does it work?
I basically, because first year's only a pass or fail, as long as I've passed all my modules this year so far, in terms of what I've done in my first semester and what I did formative for my second semester, then I'm just getting given the mark that I've been getting so far without having to do my finals.
Oh, that's good. I mean, in terms of, especially, I suppose if you're someone that might struggle with exams, I mean, I'm one of those people, like, when I was at school, I didn't do exams. Like, A-star coursework, F for my exams, balances to a C or a B, or C or a D, So I suppose for people that might struggle with exams, it's a good way, and then possibly an opportunity for them to continue uni without doing uni.
Yeah, it's been looking at. I've had a couple of friends that want to switch courses and they've been struggling, but they've been like, "Oh, thank God I don't have to do my exams," because it just wouldn't have gone well for them. But yeah, it's very different on the year group. I've got obviously a lot of friends second and third year who have still got all of their summatives they have to do because it matters towards your degree.
Of course.
I've got friends writing their dissertations, and that's not slowed down.
And I know I've got a few friends or people that I've heard of that are doing online exams. Have any of your friends had to do any of that kind of thing?
Yeah, my friend's got one in this week at some point. And he basically just has 24 hours, and it's an open book, and he just has to fill out like a more secure version of the Google Doc, essentially.
Oh, okay, yeah. So people have been doing it, and there's some people that have got like closed ones, and I'm like, but it's not closed because you're on your computer. You can literally search. You can go and get books. Like, there's so much you can do. I feel like it's a bit unfair, really. I think.
Yeah, unless it's open book, then I don't know how you would enforce people not looking at the answers.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are some genuine people out there that would do it openly and honestly, but there are going to be a lot of people. If it was me, I would probably be like, right, okay, need some help here, let me grab a book or two, and, just refresh myself, I suppose. Yeah,
I've been thinking about my last exams. Like, if I'd had the opportunity to have my books, I probably would have taken it because they asked me questions in my last ones that I hadn't been taught, so...
Yeah, so it is guesswork. Like, yeah, you know the basics, but it is a lot of guesswork.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it in terms of hearing your story, I suppose. It's been quite interesting to actually speak to a student, though, and someone that, I'm quite close to, like, obviously, your family and stuff, so there is that there as well, but also, like, just to hear a student's side of the story to actually how it's affecting. And clearly, I think there's a few other students I'm going to speak to. I think it's going to be different from each student, like, depending on the university, how you're coping, how life is. I know there's quite a few students as well that I've seen, like, living in Birmingham. There's quite a few, like, the campus that I do, like, a canal walk every day, and go down to the campus, and there's always students there. And they're still staying at accommodation, so it's like they wasn't clear whether you should stay or whether you should go. That was very openly left when unis closed and stuff.
Yeah, most of my friends are still living in Norwich. I just was told you have to come home, so I've come home. But like most of my friends are still living in Norwich.
Okay, that's interesting that most people are still. Yeah, but I think it's hard for students as well because how do you cope without? I suppose it's better to be with friends than family because family sometimes are. But I don't know. I feel like if I was a student, I would want to be with my family, but at the same time, I would. It's like I think it's very two-sided there.
Yeah, I mean, I desperately miss Norwich and my friends, but I have to think if I was there, I wouldn't be able to see my friends. I'd just be kind of in Norwich by myself in my flat.
Yeah.
So, it's It's
yeah, and I'm also like, so, obviously students, so first year you go into, like, these halls and whatnot, and, like, there's, 8 or 10 of you, like, sharing kitchens and stuff.
Yeah, that's 12 of us.
So, 12 of you. So, do you quarantine together as a household? If one of you gets sick, do you all go down? Because, from my theory, if you're sharing a kitchen, that's household.
Yeah, we actually had a bit of chaos, because there was 12 of us, and they were not about quarantining, and I am very protective of my lungs, and I don't have necessarily amazing health, so I wanted to not get it.
Yeah.
And one of the boys in my flat essentially had gone clubbing with a girl who had then tested positive, so we were meant to be quarantining, except that my flat hadn't told me or the other girl who hadn't gone clubbing with them or anyone else, so that they wouldn't have to quarantine, and they told us about 2 weeks later when they thought, oh well, no one's showing symptoms, it's fine. So they could have just given it to us, and obviously we were still going out, because it wasn't during a lockdown, thinking that we were fine and we didn't need to be quarantined, because we had no idea.
Yeah, I think people being stupid like that really, and I think that's the reason we have so many cases and so many deaths, and I don't think they're going to go down. I think they're going to stay consistent to where they are at the moment, but I don't think they're going to, drop because,
Yeah, I'm fuming, because one of my really good friends is a nurse and works in the hospital, and I was like, I can't give her a virus, she's working with
Of course, she's the person that's, helping save lives, so you can't be risking that for that person,
Yeah, so I was just can't believe. But that's the joys of student accommodation. You're living with people you don't know. There was 12 of us. It's a big risk to kind of live there.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. But even the park near my house, it's full of people all night, every night. People playing together, mixing with each other that don't live together. And I think it's just people. Some people have taken the rules and literally broken them apart and found loopholes or not, and done what they can to just Yeah,
exactly. It's been people here. My next door neighbour's got a new person every day coming round, and I'm like, great, they don't live with you.
Yeah, I think, and the thing is, it won't be them that actually catch it, and it won't be them that, I don't want anyone to die from it, but it won't be them, it will be someone else that they make contact with, and it's just...
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird thing.
It is a weird thing, but we'll get through it. Hopefully we can get back to normal life soon, that's the goal.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh my god. I'm missing so many things. I'm so mad.
Yeah, I think we'll all be from it. We'll all be out of it soon. I think we'll be back to our normal lives. Well, I would call it the new normal. I think that's how you have to call it.
Yeah. I'm just hoping. Obviously, I was going to be at Edinburgh Fringe, and that's been cancelled. But I'm just hoping for our Christmas show, we can still hold rehearsals and all of that is happening. Yeah,
I think that once things go back, it's going to be what can we do and what can't we do. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of questions and. Is that okay? Is that not okay? Where do we draw the line? If your show, how do you do an audience? How many seats can you have? Do you space them out? How does it work in terms of...
Yeah, by December, we'll be allowed to do a show. It's all kind of...
Yeah. It is. But, that's it. Thank you very much for coming on the channel and helping me with this series and just kind of telling your story and your lockdown. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
No worries, and all the best. Well, that was Oliver's take on COVID and lockdown and how he's coping. There were some tricky things in there, but I think we've all got these issues. You know, there's mental health involvement, there's lots of varieties of things, and it just shows you, doing these interviews and speaking to people, everyone is so different and everyone has got their own kind of take on it and what they're enjoying, what they're not enjoying. So, yeah, I guess we will end the video here, but if you did enjoy this, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel and press that bell. Leave us comments down below letting us know if you relate to any of these. If you want to be in the series, let me know as well down below. We can see if we can get that all arranged for you. But that's it, guys. I will say bye-bye, and I will see you tomorrow for another lockdown story. Bye, guys.